I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. And spiritualism made me realize something else too. You gotta do what you gonna do in life. Like just because you have a disability or a certain situation, that mean you should let it stop you from living your life. You should still have goals and things you want to focus on, and you should still have focus on getting your life together. Just because you have a disability doesn't mean you didn't deserve to have a life, doesn't mean you didn't deserve to have a dream, doesn't mean you shouldn't treat or think of yourself as a human being. Because I think the main problem with people with disabilities is people treat us like we on a different planet or we deserve to be treated rarely like some type of or an alien and we shouldn't have human goals or we shouldn't have human decency because it's weird for us to have that. And that's what I feel like the world treats us like. So that's the mindset we get in when we have rare dreams and want to accomplish things. People treat us like it's something special that we want to do something that the average person wants to do. And I don't think that's right. I think we should all get treated as human beings and we should all get treated as regular, basic people. I know we need a little bit more assistance, but I think it's better off for us to be talked to regular and like interacted with like regular people should be, in my opinion. But because we have disabilities, people treat us like we're aliens, talk to us like we're slow, and I've never respected that. I've always had dreams, work ethic, and determination just like everybody else. But nobody really wanted to know that because the first thing they look at, because I'm a naturally quiet person with a disability, they naturally think I'm slow and they talk to me like I'm slow and it always irked my nerves because I was always a person that could talk and could do what he wanted to do but I never was taken seriously because people look at my situation instead of looking at me as a person. But it's also partially my fault because I didn't talk. But I didn't talk because I didn't see no need to. I felt like I would be fake with people if I talked because if I talked, I wasn't gonna pretend to be nice. I wasn't gonna pretend I cared about them because I felt like they never cared about me. So that's why I just stayed quiet. I was just trying to avoid confrontation. And I realize in life now, you can't avoid conflict sometimes. Sometimes you just have to get up and do what you have to do to get certain situations over with. Sometimes you can't be the good guy and avoid the contact and avoid the heavy stuff. You have to run through the heavy stuff and let it happen and work through it. Sometimes it isn't scary to work through contact. You just have to learn how to work through it some days. It's all a part of life. And that's one of the things I'm coming to accept as I get older. Contact is contact. You have to hit it and work your way through. It's the only way you can get better. You can't avoid the contact in life sometimes. Sometimes it's good to go through a little contact. That's one of the things I'm starting to accept as a spiritualist and as a Libra. Contact isn't all bad. You just have to be able to run through it and man up and do what you have to do. You can't avoid it forever, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, though. Because you always gonna run into that one or two people who just want to try you and see how tough you are or see if they can start with you just because you're a little different from everybody else and your job is when you run into that is to stand up for yourself, say what you have to say, and do what you have to do because you always gonna run into that one person who wants to try you or wants to see how tough you are just because you have a disability. And you can't let them get away with trying you if and when you have the ability to defend yourself. Get smart with them right back and say what you have to say. And sometimes, if they try you just because you have a disability, I ain't saying do nothing to them, but show them how physically strong you are. Because some people think just because you have a disability, that means they can try to pick with you or pick on you. And that they think that means because you have one, that they can try you or do what they want to do. And you have to show them they can't. It's not something that I've went through, but I know it does happen. And I've had people to try me in certain ways sometime, and I just have to take it up on myself to let them know, hey, this ain't gonna go down this way. I got to put my foot down, and I got to say what I got to say sometimes. And that's what I've been learning to do as I got older. Or people always gonna run over you. And I don't mean all the time in physical ways. I mean in mental, emotional, relationship ways. You have to learn to cut people off, or people always gonna take advantage of you. That's all I'm saying. You got to learn when to stop being a nice guy sometimes and put certain people down or get away from certain people to better yourself, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, though.